Are we good? 1, 2, 3. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Hi there. Hi guys. Welcome back to another stream of Seduce Me, the Otome game. And yeah, we're gonna just do this. Alright, let me see if I could just. There we go. Much better. Alright. Get this thing working and whatnot. Let me put this on Discord real quick and we'll get started. Alright, let's do this. I'm gonna pull up my comments in here. Alright guys, let's start. Probably gonna go ahead and just, do a 30-minute stream, 30 to 35-minute stream. Because it's a little bit late. So yeah. Let's load our chapter here. Hold on, give me a second. Let me probably that. Not too much though. Alright. Yeah, we have 2 people in the gang. Alright, cool. I charged at Lizette the second time, shoving her hard against the lockers. She let out a yelp of pain as she smacked the back of her head against the metal behind her before throwing and showing and shoving me down. As I stumbled back, Lizette raised her hand, ready to fight.
Then come on, Anderson! Show me what you've got! I bet it's not much.
Can you hear? Yep. Assert dominance on those peasants. T-pose. I felt myself snarling anger before raising my own fist, remembering my taekwondo. I quickly snapped onto one leg and raised a leg to get a swift kick at her head. But she blocked with her arm and sent towards me to jab at me. She had training, not surprising. I didn't care at that moment. I bit back away from the incoming jab, reestablishing my balance as I placed both feet on the floor. Lizette threw jab upon jab at me, forcing me to block my torso and face with my arms and hands. Time to give them. Or a rattle dazzle. Oh yeah, we were in the middle of this really, brother. This was Lizette and I exchanged and defended blows at each other. It was indeed more than just a cat fight. This was a vigor duel. In my mind, all I saw was Lizette. All I wanted to was to make her stop, and if that meant beating her down, then it had to be done. We eventually gave a small crowd of people. Oh, gee. We eventually gained a small crowd of people, all silent but observing the fight. My anger intensified and my hopes became harder with each second that passed between us. I couldn't let her win. None of Lizette's girls dared to step in to paint me afraid. After seeing our skills, our individual fighting styles, Caesar was held back by no one's arms, despite both of them wanting to help me. It didn't wait long for it to end, though. Suddenly, Lizette was pulled away from me, and I was pushed against the lockers by a strong force. Lizette hit the lockers as well on the opposite end of the hallway, letting out a girly grunt of pain. I freaked out. You get nowhere. I got you from there for 3 minutes. For 3 minutes. I looked up to see my art teacher, Miss Gordon, holding me against the lockers with a look of surprise and serious concern on her face.
Miss Anderson, what are you doing?
I like to see Lizette held back by Miss Phillips, starting to cry innocently. I knew what was going on. I was going to come out of her mouth. So I tried to push Miss Gordon off to confront her. Miss Gordon, however, kept an arm wrapped around me, keeping me back. No, don't you dare start crying, Lizette. You started this.
Miss Anderson, get a hold of yourself!
First the bully, next the Skullheart, then the world. What is wrong with you? What did I ever do to you? First off, I wanna point out that the teacher on the left has heterochromia, which is pretty cool. I couldn't stop the angry tears running down my face as I shouted across the hallway. Lizette and Miss Phillips stared in shock at my screams as Miss Gordon tightened her hold on me. I am so sick of it! Leave me alone! This game is literally called Seduce Me. Look at Seduce Me. Here comes the new challenger. Body slam teacher. Next. Eventually, I lost my energy and began to weigh down on Miss Gordon's arms, letting my sadness take over and quench my anger with tears and swelling pain. I could feel Miss Gordon hug. What was that? Oh, okay, that's my uncle. Sorry. Seduce Me is the title of the game. What? Yeah. Supposedly. Where was I? Eventually, I lost my energy, began to weigh down on Miss Gordon's arms, letting my sadness take over and quench my anger with tears and swelling pain. I could feel Miss Gordon hug me to her to keep me upright as Lizette sniffled and confided with Miss Phillips.
I didn't do anything to her! She just attacked me all of a sudden.
Seduce me, dear. Him. Okay, so play girlfriend. Oh, jeez.
That's a lie, Lisette. You tripped her on purpose. You've always been a snobby prick to us. Never! I gave my condolences about her grandfather's death. I try to keep everyone calm. Is that so wrong? You didn't even sound sincere. We know you were only pretending to be nice to spite us.
Enough. Miss White, follow me to the dean's office.
Lizette followed, wiping her tears in the faint innocence she knew how to play up. I remained still in Miss Gordon's arms, unable to bring myself to fight to get at Lizette again. Now that the freedom way, now that the freedom way, brother. I had done my damage. The gaggle of Lizette wannabes would make sure I became infamous around the school. I didn't care. I made my statement on Lizette's face and body, and I wasn't afraid to do it again. Oh yeah, brother. Jeez. Miss Gordon, however, wasn't done with me.
Come with me, sweetie.
At least she's nice. I nodded and followed my friend. I nodded and followed my friend's frown as they watched me leave, but they headed to class without me. Miss Gordon led me to an empty classroom, which she had claimed was as hers. It looked like all the other classrooms, but art posters lined the walls. Many students loved the room, but hated one thing: the mirror in the back of the room. It was the one thing Miss Gordon loved to use against her students. With it, she was able to see who was using their phones and who was actually studying. Miss Gordon led me to the back of the room and sat down in front of it.
What do you
In
see?
this visual novel or a hentai? Or virus. Is that a visual novel or a... No, it's a visual novel, Yuri. What do you see? Oh, that's me! Not in real life, though. Huh?
Tell me what you see.
I looked in the mirror and saw myself. My clothes were a little ruffled from the fight. But beyond that, I just saw me. Nothing around me seemed different than normal. I see myself. No.
All right. What else?
What else? I don't understand.
Do you know what I see?
JK.
I see a brilliant woman who has been working her butt off to try and find herself. She just has a little bit of adversity in her way.
What does this have to do with what happened with Lizette?
Listen, don't think about Lisette right now. She's just another student who doesn't know what you're going through.
What a cute freedom you are, brother. Okay, stop with this joke. Oh, dear bear. I stared at myself in the mirror, unable to tear my eyes away. She was right, but I still linger on what happened with Lizette. I know Miss Gordon was only trying to help, but I couldn't fight the thoughts in my head. I see your melon tits attack. Miss Gordon, you know what I see the next light? We champion in underground school fight ring. Oh jeez. Miss Gordon gently rubbed my shoulders, snapping me from my thoughts. I looked up to see her smile down at me through the mirror.
You know, those were some pretty interesting moves. Taekwondo?
Yeah.
You'll have to show me one day.
I laughed as she hugged me tightly.
Look,
Lewd.
don't let Lisette get to you, okay?
Melon titties
You have your own
spicy.
battles to face,
Lewd.
and you can face them just fine. Instead of
I looked out. Wait, hold on. Did I skip again? Yeah, I think I skipped once. I don't know. Alright. Teach putting on the moves. Teach put on the moves. Hey, teacher, want to join my harem? Not again. Make a meme out of this. I looked up at her and nodded slightly. It was cliche to hear, but I was still telling the truth. She was still telling the truth. I need to focus on myself first. Ooh, this is very suspicious. She gave me a small packet of tissues and told me that she would handle Lizette. The fear about my family learning of this that had quickly appeared had vanished when she promised to keep me out of it as much as she could.
everything will be fine now. You're a good student, so I'll let you off with a severe warning. Just don't get into any
Demons,
more
devils,
fights,
friends,
okay?
bullies, teachers, we
Now,
will be the
head to
crown
class.
king. Or queen. I nodded before heading to class. Surprisingly, the rest of the day went off without another incident. I went to my classes, had lunch, and I was anxious to get home. Prepare to hide your eyes, children. Hey, Runic, welcome back to the stream. As the bell rang for school to end. How are you? Oh, I'm great. I'm reading this. I'm reading this for, let's see, 30 minutes. Yeah. As the bell rang for school to end, I felt my phone vibrate in my pocket. Huh? A text from Dad? I'll be picking you up today. Make sure you are ready to go when I get there. Oof. That's kind of a surprise. I quickly headed back to my locker and got my things before waiting for Naomi and Suzu.
Hey, are you ready to go?
Actually, my dad's picking me up.
Really? Okay, I guess that kind of makes sense.
Right, Runic? Yeah.
We'll drive home together next time. Tell your dad that we've got you covered from now on.
We just suplex a bully, brother. Yeah, alright. Even while I laughed, something didn't seem right. My dad texted me to say this? Why was he going to pick me up? And had I done something wrong? I didn't know. Then I'm putting eyes on your socks. Enjoy. Daddy, I put googly eyes on your socks. Enjoy. I waved goodbye to Naomi and Susie before heading off to the usual spot where my dad picks me up. I took the time to listen to my music while I waited. Best Dad Joke Award 2018. I needed to get to another. Wait, I need to get at. I can't read. Come on. Okay. Alright. I need to go to another Rise of the Phoenix concert. Eventually, I had played the entire album with no one showing up. What the hey? That's never late, especially not this late. I quickly dialed my dad's number again, but as soon as I pressed the call, it disconnected and read a signal disconnection error message. Oh shit. Okay, I hope he's okay though. I hope he's okay though. What the no signal error? How do I not have signal? I double checked my phone and saw all 5 bars for signal. He must be in a dead zone. Before I could finish, a group of hands grabbed my hands, feet, and covered my mouth. I screamed into the hand over my mouth, struggling to pull away from the hands grabbing at my limbs. It felt disgusting and scary, feeling dad and daughter, the capitalist agenda and the dad kink, but this dad is probably dead. Oh jeez. It felt disgusting and scary, feeling their hands on me. I needed to stop.
Hey!
Oh jeez.
Don't dirty up Malix's prey.
Jesus. Oh, it's that one chick. The voice sent a fearful shiver down my spine, whispered into my ear.
You're coming with me, Miss Anderson.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez. I'm panicking. What is this? I couldn't fathom what was happening, but before I knew it, I was blindfolded and my limbs were quickly tied up. I felt myself being carried over somewhere and was shoved into something that echoed the interior of a bus or a van. The doors closed and off I was taken, unsure of where I was going and why. Kidnapping! No! It's Christian Street Beacon Demons. All I know that I was in trouble. Oh no, I was in trouble, right? Supply devil. We got you, right? All I saw was darkness. I felt numb as I was taken to a place I didn't know of. I couldn't even move my lips to scream. Sounds zipped past my ears. First of the interior of the car, then the outside, then an echoey space with whispers and cackles of people vibrating through it. Okay. Alright, I'm scared. She got snatched. Next is her clothes off. No! No, anything but that. Anything but that. Please. However, however, the wrap around my eyes was eventually removed. This isn't why I signed in. The power of breath compels you to tap out. However, the wrap around my eyes was eventually removed from my face, and my bounds were cut. It took a while for my eyes to adjust, but I found myself in a warehouse surrounded by devils, including Malix, who was smiling. I don't trust this whatsoever.
Nicely done!
Oh.
I'm sure those little shits will come running to find you when they realize you didn't return to your precious little mansion.
Oh
They'll
look,
search everywhere
it's Susan's cousin. Malix walked over and set the barrel of his gun against the skin between my eyes.
for you. It'll be so funny when they find your dead body instead.
Jesus. Fight! No way this was happening. No way was I going to let myself be a victim to this. Raiki be perfect to pause stream the moment Ludus happens. Okay. I gotta remember what was in that book.
What are you whimpering? Are you praying that the boys will come and save you?
Jesus. I kept mumbling, trying to remember and shut my eyes, studying for a brief second wasn't enough to keep a spell in my mind, but I had to try something. I'm the wrong choice. Get shot. Hit demon, you just brought a gun to a fist fight. All of a sudden, the air grew still and silent. I opened my eyes and looked around and gasped at the sight. Everything was frozen in time. Oh, hey, it's the old man cousin from all of a sudden, the air grew still and silent. I opened my eyes and looked around and gasped at the sight. Everything was frozen in time. as if the clocks had stopped and everything had followed suit. What the? Wait, don't tell her I called him old man. Okay, I won't. At first I instantly wanted to move, but my feet were glued to the ground. I guess I couldn't change time and escape from where I was, but I was still lost. What was I supposed to do? What's this? No way! Zawardo! A soft wisp of wind made me turn to a floating light purple orb. Ooh, purple orb. I stared as it glowed, giving off a warm feeling. For some reason, this thing made me feel happy. Hold on. Be in America, get shot. Move to England, get stabbed. Move to Australia, all over the earth. Oh my god. Perfect, except for everyone while time it stops. There's no feeling happy and content despite the situation I was in. My heart felt like crying, yet I didn't know why. It couldn't have been grandfather? The grandpa is saving me! Save me, grandpa, from the sky! As I muttered, the orb slowly grew and faded into the spirit of my grandfather from when I last saw him. I stared up at him, completely shocked that I was correct and that his form was standing in front of me.
I guess it was a good idea to bring the incubi here after all.
Nani? Omae wa yoshindu you. Where's Waldo? He's dead. Eh? Where's Waldo? He is dead. No one could find him in time. His body was found dead, and funeral being held by his parents is still missing. Jesus! What? Is that really you? What do you mean? My grandfather smiled before patting my head gently. I couldn't feel it, but I knew he tried. So I closed my eyes in acknowledgement before looking at him again.
Sweetie, I'm sorry for not telling you, but I didn't know if you were ready to know.
That you handled demon magic?
Yes.
Why? What is there to gain from learning and using demon magic?
It wasn't a matter of gaining anything except knowledge. Through magic, I was able to learn more about the demon world and its wonders. I even met your incubi friends.
You met the boys?
Yes, it was I who helped them come here, but it seems it was at the cost of my life.
What? Why? Why sacrifice yourself like that? Ah, yes, knowledge. My mind was practically screaming in anger. I needed answers. With time being frozen, we had all the time in the world. Why would you die for something like that? Why leave us alone? Why leave me alone?
I wasn't intending to, my dear. But now that I'm gone, you have a chance to find yourself without anything hindering
Is this
you.
your card? Is this your card? Challenge say, full beep. Every time someone says something dumb. Magic. What?
Your father had always been so hard on you. I'm to blame for that. He learnt of my studies before he married your mother and pushed me away, promising to never follow in my footsteps. As he was my son, I still loved and cared for him. I helped him in little ways, from paying bills and making sure he had food to come home with by adding money to his accounts. You don't know how hard your father worked to get to where he is now.
I stared, trying to take it all in. It was true that my dad worked really hard, but I didn't realize how rough he had.
When you were born, I couldn't have been any happier. I tried to give you as many toys as I could, but many of them were tossed away by your father to protect you from me.
Oh, Grandpa just spent his all life researching demon magic so you could have a demon harem. Oh, jeez. Grandpa of the year.
I thought I would never be able to see you, but when I found you on the street, I was blessed enough to be given a chance. After I brought you back to your parents, I asked your mother to convince your father to let you visit me often, and he finally agreed.
Why does Dad hate you so much? Why put that on me?
Your father saw me as a monster. He was afraid I would hurt you. He wanted to protect you from me at all costs, even if it meant becoming a monster to you himself.
Oh,
You did not know my father. You did not know what he was capable of. He truly does love and care for you, but he doesn't want you to be as curious as I was.
Curious?
I chose to learn about magic. I grew curious about it. He thought that was wrong, so when I didn't give it up, he shut me out of his life.
Ouchie.
What a stubborn old man. So I did the only thing I could do. I gave everything I owned to you, including my hidden books your father never knew of.
My head began to spin. There was too much information. It was all going so fast. Despite time not moving a single inch. Yet the rapping Granny, Iggy Azalea, who, Nicki Minaj, who, Cardi B, who, she... What? What?
I'm just so happy that my curiosity stayed with you.
So my grandfather met the incubi. That seems so surreal. I could barely I could barely believe it. Yet there was a spirit of my grandfather telling me. It was almost like a dream. So you introduced them to the human world?
That's right. I told them about the wonders of our world, and they all wanted to come to experience it. So I helped them come over and gave them everything they needed. They traveled everywhere, and I helped them as they learned more about humans. Then, I suddenly stopped breathing. I don't know why, but I believe it was because my time was up. After I died, the boys tried to come back. However, Malix attacked them instantly when they crossed his path. I used the last bit of my strength to guide them to the estate so they had a place to stay to heal.
So that's why they were in the house. But they say they didn't know about the house belonging to anybody.
I never told them it belonged to anyone. I merely told them to head to the estate for shelter until they could learn to live on their own.
Maybe he wanted to have a harem too. Who knows? Same. If the estate was meant for them, why give it to me?
I never knew your father would move you in so quickly. Even still, you managed to learn of them and learn of the demon world. You even were curious enough to study the magic.
Why not teach me when I visited?
You were too young to understand. I was hoping that you would make the choice to learn on your own when you were ready to handle it. And you did. I'm so proud of you.
What are you saying? I've barely begun reading it. I don't remember anything.
I will help you remember.
Gay bad buddies. What? Then my grandfather gently bent down and kissed my forehead. All at once, my mind began to fill with spells and history of arcane magic, the demon world, and everything my grandfather had known. I looked up at my grandfather again, now able to remember everything and more as he smiled down at me. Never too young for demon harems. Jeez.
Never forget. Make your own choices and do what you need to do. Don't let someone determine your life for you. If you decide to never look at magic again, I'll understand. But now at least you know it's there.
My grandfather... Wait. You like cereal, right? I don't like cereal? Why? What's up? My grandfather then patted my head before turning and walking away. I tried to follow after, still unsure and lost as ever. But my feet remained... What? Grandpa, I'm gonna get a harem, and no one will stop me. and my feet remained stuck to the floor. Wait, please. He didn't turn back, and he didn't stop walking. Soon, he vanished. Well, cereal was made by sex-hating zillions. Oh, jeez. I mean, I like the taste of cereal. It doesn't mean I'm... What's it call it? Sex-hating religious... what's it call it? Zealots. But I do like cereal. All the same, anyway. He didn't turn... Let's see, where was I? And I love Tropicana. You talk about random stuff. I'm confused now. What about Lucio's? don't know if Lucy does exist. I moved 22 grams of an 8-ounce Otome. The more you know. Alright. He didn't turn back and he didn't stop walking. Soon he vanished past the wall, leaving me alone once again. I gritted my teeth, trying not to cry. My mind was filled with both the power to defend myself and a large amount of confidence. I'm a little bit high. It's okay. Large confusion I can never hope to shake off. I could feel the air around me start to move again, so I tightened my hands into fists, trying to push away my concerns. But what about Raikoops? Raikoops? What is that? Raikops. So I tightened my hand. Wait. I could feel the air around me start to move again, so I tightened my hands into fists. Sounds like balanced breakfast. I mean, an 8-ounce glass of Tropicana, 22 grams of sugar. I need to lay on the crack. That's not crack, dude. So I tied my hands into fists, trying to push away my concerns. I had to remember, I was Malik's captive. I had to escape. After I escaped, I could figure out my life. The more that you... No. Oof. Soon the world around me returned to normal, with Malik's mocking me. I closed my eyes and began to mutter a spell from my memory. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna try as best as I could pronounce this, and I believe it's the Latin. Spiritus lumine de fortituditem okay, that's it.
What the? Latin? What are you?
Descendo. All of a sudden, a wave of light burst from my body, washing over the room and pushing the devils away from me to the ground. As the light quickly faded, I shook my head, feeling a small weakness in my legs. Max quickly hopped up and growled at me, obviously surprised, but irritated beyond belief.
Where did you learn that? I will rip that tongue right out your mouth!
Oh shit! Witchcraft! Get the fire and cross! Hold on. Jesus. No, it's called Latin, dude. Spiritus Tendigram Prohibit. Blah.
Come here!
Max charged at me, dropping the gun. Video games, punk. Get the fire cross, video games, punk. Max charged at me, dropping the gun that would never hit me to the floor and reaching for my face. However, I quickly crouched down and covered my hand with my arms, while a dark magic circle appeared under my feet. Yeah, time to go, Harry Potter! Above me, a dark shield appeared, blocking Malik from touching me. Holy magic, so effective!
How? You're just a human!
A human who knows how to fight back. I pushed against the shield, forcing Malik back before standing. I wasn't some damsel in distress. I could fight for myself. I shook out the sudden appearance of numbness in my hands as I glared at Malik, challenging him once again to come at me.
Alex!
No! Stay out of it! Kill this bitch with my own 2 hands, one way or another!
As where you learn to spell, also me. For instance, but you're saying you can't speak. As commanded, Ares slid away from us along with the other devils. The group watching us was lost in intrigue as I stood up against the leader.
Oh, you must...
Oh, you're so dull with your speaking.
Well...
Oh wait, I'm dull? Dull, what? Anyway, I glared knowing that we. I glared knowing that he. Give me a second. I glared knowing that what he said was true. I couldn't hold back out. I couldn't hold out forever. But I definitely had the energy to last until someone found me, or until I could overpower Malix somehow. Nine charged at me once again, causing me to run backwards to keep some sort of distance. I could feel energy wanting to shoot out of my hands, so I pointed my palms at Malix. Light purple spikes suddenly began shooting from the... We need some sneakers, bro. So I pointed my... Light purple spikes suddenly began shooting from my hands, forcing Malix to skip back. I had terrible aim. Oh, jeez. I had terrible aim, only able to scratch the edges of his body with one or two axes stabbing into his shoulder and leg. Malix growled, pulling them out and throwing them to the ground. You ate when you're hungry.
Quit playing around, Malix!
I lowered my hands, feeling the numbness run up in my veins to consume both my arms. I began to pant, desperate for relief before aiming. When you hit your head and forget when you hit your head and forget the definition of harem. Despite for some relief before continuing. Malix smirked at the sight. Oh, for the love of God, please someone find me, I prayed. I hope that I wouldn't have to keep fighting. I was becoming desperate. What made everyone in that warehouse drop our fighting faces was the screeching of police sirens coming closer to our location. Malix smirked even wider.
It's time to have fun, boys! Make sure you kill them all!
The devils all seemed to get excited and started to walk past us to meet with the cops. But a loud finger snap stopped them and made them turn around. Malix and I looked to see Eris with her hand in the air. Post-snap.
Eris? What are you doing?
Enough, Malix! We've wasted enough time in this stupid town. I'm getting out of here and I'm taking the rest with me.
I didn't know whether to laugh or not. I bit my tongue as Malix got angry again.
Like hell you are! Boys, do as I say, or else!
None of the boys moved. Eris snapped her fingers again, causing the boys to rush back past her and out another way from the warehouse.
Malix, it's over. You can't even beat a human girl. You're losing your powers. Lower devils only follow higher-ups that actually have power.
Shut your mouth!
Malix summoned his gun into his hand and shot multiple times at Eris, who somehow managed to teleport away from the shooting line and reappearing by us. She shook her head, letting out a sigh before grabbing out Malix by the neck and pulling him off of me. Malix started to choke as Eris stared coldly at him.
All this for a bunch of pretty boys.
Harem.
You must be stupid and desperate.
Oh, jeez. Eris looked at me, making me tense up.
Human, I suggest heading home to your pretty boys. You don't want to get involved in a supernatural investigation. It's a pain in the ass.
Did she save me? She then turned back to Malix, glaring daggers into him as he glared back at her.
You really think women are weak? Let me fix that, sweetie.
Jeez. And with that, Eris vanished into the shadows, taking Malix with her. As Eris sounds thirsty as fuck. The more you know. The more I know. As I was left alone, the police siren stopped. I looked over to the open passage to see the incubi with a large police siren megaphone staring at me in surprise.
Where is he? I swear I'm gonna...
He's gone. Eris took him and left. They won't be coming back. It was all surreal. I was helped by a devil. But I quickly took off the feeling. I was alive and that was all that mattered. I fought to stay alive, and there I was. The boys tried to question me, but James cleared his throat, catching the attention of his brothers and me.
Let's just get you home, miss. There's nothing.
Altogether, we began to walk out of the warehouse back home. There was no way in hell anyone was going to find out about this. It was over. The good girl devil. Hey, at least this didn't end up with lewd results. Exactly. Malix was gone, and the boys were finally safe. A wave of relief ran through my body at the thought of never having to deal with that group again. At the same time, a ping of realization hit the back of my mind. The boys were only going to stay until after Malix was defeated. That was our deal. Yeah, that's true, but slap the gun, yeet. As we approached home, I could feel something heavy weigh down my heart. It was late, but the boys led me inside and turned on the lights in the lobby.
Finally, we can relax.
It will be good to have some rest without devils breathing down our necks.
I'm just tired. Can I hit the hay early?
I think some sleep would be good for all of us.
I looked at Damien, knowing he could read my mind, and frowned. I didn't want him to know about my thoughts on the situation. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. Alright, so I wanted to just end tonight. Too much had happened, and I felt dizzy just trying to figure it out. However, Damien spoke up, stopping all of us from moving.
Should we be gone in the morning?
The air became still with tension. The realization of the situation hit the boys like a wave, forcing them to turn to me in curiosity. They had remembered their deal and were now awaiting me to decide their fate. However, I knew my answer. Today was a bed day. I couldn't keep them here. Sounds nice. Sounds nice. Meh. Seriously. That's how all women's problems start with men. Oh my god. Jeez. Oh my god. I couldn't keep them here. I knew I couldn't. They were demons and I was a human. I needed to deal with my own life beyond anything else. If the boys stayed, my life would only become more complicated. I think that would be best. James nodded in agreement, keeping a professional tone in his voice as he replied to me.
Then we will be gone before you wake, miss. Thank you for letting us stay here as long as we did.
I could feel the upset emotions of the ink in my reverberate in the room. What, hi, boy? But I couldn't change my mind. I had too much going on in my life to let them stay, no matter how much I wanted them to.
It was a pleasure to have served you, beautiful lady.
It was hard watching each boy turn away from me for the last time. I stood there, waiting for them all to leave the lobby.
I guess this is goodbye. Yeah. Have a good one.
I stuck to my guns. I knew I was going the right choice.
Thank you for having us, miss. Maybe we'll see each other again.
Maybe not.
Goodbye.
Today for me was a Game Boy OLED around a t-shirt and breeze while I'm under a blanket watching YouTube videos and eating food. They can stay if they promise her entire love and service for the rest of his lives. As Damien left my sight, I finally left and my voice. Sorry. As Damien left my sight, I finally let in air that I was denying into my body and sighed. My life would return to normal. Well, as normal as it could be. However, I was smarter and wiser than before. I knew of things. And now at school eventually. Oh my god, dang. Setting the harem free. However, I was smarter and wiser than before. I knew of things beyond humanity now. I had come to learn about the boys and about the existence of the supernatural. I wasn't blind to what was beyond human life. Guess we got the bad ending. No harem at all. Jeez. Learning of this made me more open-minded. Oh shit. Oof. I nodded to myself before heading into my room, closing the door, and mentally allowing the reality of the situation to sink in. Tomorrow, I had school. No devils to kidnap me, no incubi to wake up with. I went to bed at night, accepting that and not regretting anything. Wait, what if this is a bad ending, but not just yet? Hold on, give me a second. Leaning against the wall. Okay, good. All the character left is magic whoop-de-doo. Or so I had hoped.
You are an interesting creature.
Oh my god, who is this? I opened my eyes to see a woman staring down at me with a very sly smirk on her face. I opened my mouth to scream in fright, but a hand quickly covered my mouth.
No screaming now. Too early, silly girl.
Who are you? Jesus! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Ah! Okay. I can only stare up at the woman above me. Oh come on, enough, lose, damn it! I can only stare up at the woman above me. I still felt weak, not having the strength to move and fight her off. She was very beautiful, but I felt more anger than amazement.
Why do the boys like you? You're unique, yes, but that can't be all that you have going for you.
Jesus. Rage began to consume my core again. This woman, whoever she was making me mad. What did I say? Not the jazz. How much is this? Jesus, what is this? She must have known as she left another smirk grow on her face.
Ooh, you're feisty. That could be why.
No. Well, love you part my hair, lady. Well, that's what's left of it. Before I could bite, hold on. But she looks like a waifu, though. Hold on. This is like going to be 100% worse. It's a new beginning for the hair. It's a new beginning. Okay. Before I could bite her hand in anger, she removed her hand from... I knew it. Read... Wait, let me read this. Before I could bite her hand in anger, she removed her hand from my lips, standing up and staring down at me from her place next to my bed. Oh, okay. I quickly sat up and glared daggers at this intruder. Who the hell are you, and why are you in my room? The woman began to laugh, making the rage inside me increase. I wanted to punch her, but I wanted her to answer.
How silly of me. I forgot that we demons are not well known of in your world.
Holy mother, please.
Call me Diana, little human.
Diana? Demon? You're a demon?
I am. But I'm much more than just an average demon.
Jeez. What do you mean?
Silly girl. I'm a succubus.
Boy. I stared at Diana in shock. A succubus. First incubi, now a succubus. Great, I have now met both genders of sex demons. Is this what they call a MILF? What the frick is a... Oh shit. Diana crossed her arms under her bosom. Wait, hold on. Bosom? You mean chest? Hold on, give me a second. Diana crossed her arms under her bosom and looked at... hold on. It just got real. Diana crossed her arms under her bosom and looked at my body. Oh my god, no!
Well, you are pretty.
Wait, that's a MILF. My gay brain doesn't know that.
But you seem very reckless. Too reckless.
Yeah, damn it. I moved out and stayed from the bed, still glaring at Diana. Why are you here?
Well, I came here to clean up what the boys clearly forgot to clean. Men. So sloppy.
What do you mean by that?
I mean erasing your memories, sweetie.
This woman wasn't serious, was it? This woman wasn't serious, was she? Nothing, boy. Nothing. She comes into my room and spouts this. This was ridiculous. I began to walk towards my door, wanting to leave the room. The boys could get rid of her. I had no mind about dealing with her myself.
The boys are gone, sweetie.
The memories of the harem is all we have left. No! I froze in place. What? They were gone already? No way. I turned to Diana, glaring at her as she kept a smirk to me. You're lying.
Am I? If you want to go see for yourself, you can. But I promise you'll be wasting your time.
I stared, trying to find any hint if she was lying. She had to be. The boys wouldn't just up and leave without resting first, right? God, kill me now, please. Diana crossed her arms and waited for me to make a choice. I decided to believe her for now. I'd find some hint in this conversation. What do you mean? Take my memories?
Well, we demons can't have just anyone knowing about us. You have to completely devote your soul to learning about us. And even then, it's not always guaranteed that you can be granted knowledge of us.
I'm kidding. What makes me not deserve to know everything? I was attacked by devils. I found the boys in my house, wounded and sheltered them. I think I deserve to remember these moments. Diana let out a laugh, running a hand through her hair before looking back at me, amused. Not on purpose, at least.
You were attacked by a gang and were almost killed. You found 5 homeless men and let them stay in your home. There's nothing special about either of these instances.
Yes, there was.
A human like you can't understand the rules. The boys themselves aren't even aware of the rules. They'll learn soon enough.
Diana flipped her hair before looking at me with a stern look.
Listen, sweetie. You're not going back to bed or leaving this house with those memories. I'm taking them from you, one way or another.
No, don't be forceful. Jeez. I glared, standing my ground. You're not taking my memories. I'm not letting you take them.
And what do you plan to do with them, huh? Tell the press? Gossip to your friends that demons exist?
Demons, lady.
Confess to your parents that you had demon servants and were almost killed by a devil gang?
Now, she was making me mad. Hold on. The more wise you put in the hay, the more you're excited the person you're talking to. I mean, technically. Now she was making me mad. Did she seriously think I was this stupid? These memories were precious to me, and I wasn't going to let her win over my mind. These memories are important to me. I know that other creatures exist. I know that magic exists. I'm more open-minded now.
Open-minded or gullible?
What does she mean by that? The point of being open-minded was to be open to all thought. And how was that anything close to being gullible?
There is nothing to learn from remembering the boys that won't bring trouble. I'm merely saving you from that. There are more than just demons who want to keep their existence a secret.
And so I texted my friend, "Hey Cole."
There are many creatures in this world that don't want to be known of, and you remembering a small fragment is not acceptable to them without good reason.
Diana smirked.
If you would have kept the boys, or at least had one of them around, they'd be a little more lenient to listen to your pleas. However, you're about to go into tomorrow without any of them
Holy magic
around.
left on her. I couldn't believe my ears. There was more than just demons. Other fictional characters existed? There was a system? What? Diana sighed and snapped her fingers, lifting my body up from the ground with her magic.
Look,
Oh,
I
jeez.
can kill you and no longer waste what little time I have, or I can erase your memories and go on with my life. I have more important things to do above arguing with you.
I looked down at the ground to see something that made every nerve in my body quickly quake in fear. On the ground was a large open mouth with a sharp, wet teeth, leading to an empty black abyss. I could feel the heat from the mouth's breath against my floating body. Ah! I looked at Diana, who was looking at me with a stern and almost heartless gaze. The harem.
Make a choice, sweetie. Give up your memories or be a demon snack. I warn you, he's quite the biter.
You're used to someone's I was panicking. I was about to die again. The boys weren't here to protect me. What was I going to do? We just made progress, Susie. Yeah, I know, right? Memories. Let's just freaking fight. I wasn't going to let her win. I knew I could fight her. I began to pull on the whole. Hold on. The what? Maybe possibly to this hell. I'm trying. No, maybe. I began to pull on the hold on me roughly. My mind was fighting, but my body wasn't responding.
You still wish to fight?
Oh no, just like January. Diana rubbed her temples before walking to me.
I've had enough of this.
All of a sudden, Diana grabbed my head, making my mind blank out. I felt large waves of energy zip from my body and mine at her touch, but it intensified as Diana placed her lips on mine. Oh, Jesus! Get dunked, punk! But enough about me, let's kill you. Back off, Diana! Okay. Sorry about that. Let me just finish this part right here. I didn't kiss back. I didn't fight. I couldn't do anything. I could only stare as she drained my body of energy. My body began to go limp and my mind grew insanely heavy. If I wasn't floating, I would surely be on the ground passed down. Blue death. Jeez. How was I able to pull this much energy without doing anything more than kissing me? I would never know. Pokemon plus chat equals what though? So my whole body felt numb and I felt like an empty spirit floating in midair. Diana slightly frowned at the sight.
Such a waste.
Diana ran a hand over my hair, twirling a strand around her finger. At least we got another kiss. Yeah.
So long, sweetie.
Before I knew it, I was falling. She had let me go. I could only close my eyes. I didn't even feel a thing. And so long. Oh my god. Ending O. Yay. We got the bad ending. I'm so angry. I'm so freaking angry. The fuck did I say? We got a bad ending. Help me, help me. You know what? Let's load the thing, try to get a better ending. Okay? Told you so. No. Fast forward. Fast forward. Oh my god, okay, so I got that part. Fight. Well, wait, I'll help. No! Wait! I'm trying to do something right now, hold on. Give me a second. One thing that can be is to like skip.
Now-
Skip. Save. Skip everything. Skip everything. Raiki, don't into trouble because of this. Don't into trouble into this. Diana. Okay, so when it goes to the hold on, Judah. Wait a second.
I'm the boy.
Okay, hold on.
You were
When it gets to the
listen.
when it gets to the the choices, I'm gonna change my
Open.
choice to see if that works. Save. Go back. Blah.
Make it.
Okay, we can do this now. For the harem. Yep. Make a deal with her. Let's see what happens. Then I remembered demons had a conscience. They weren't heartless without reason. She could be reasoned with. She seemed like a businesswoman. Wait.
What? You're wasting my time.
Oh boy. Never see someone so determined to keep her harem. What about a deal, huh? Diana raised an eyebrow. I was afraid she wasn't one to listen. What if she was as ruthless as I imagined her to be?
I'm listening.
Wait, really? Was she really wanting to listen to me? She didn't. You don't hear it must live. What time is it? 11:16. She didn't drop me in the pit of death, but she didn't let me out of her spell. Now was a good time as any to try reason. These memories are precious to me, but they're not. But I refused. These memories are precious to me, but they're not worth me losing my life.
Of course.
I mean, if I die, people will wonder and try to find explanations to why I died or where I disappeared to.
Then just hand over your memories.
What if I traded them to you instead? You seem like a reasonable businesswoman. A trade is better than forcing me to give in, right? This was insane. I didn't even know if she was willing to listen, but she already had me hanging over a pit of death. The only thing I can hope was I can already hear Hopes and Dreams playing. The only thing I could hope for was being forgiving enough to listen to reason.
Well, speak your terms. What do you want in exchange?
Oh jeez. I let out a relief sigh. Where's my kazoo? I let out a relief sigh. She was willing to listen further. Well, what can I give you in return for them?
I'm a demon. I can give you anything within reason. Money, men, women, power. Name it. Just make it worth the price.
My harem, please? She could really get me anything. My mind began to wonder, what did I want? Oh my god, another one. In the kazoo book. This is alright, my butt makes it too funny. Oh, Alright. Jeez, her. So people are her Diana's stifle laugh.
Me? Are you serious? What do you mean, me?
I looked to Diana again. She was indeed scary, but she was gorgeous and somehow she interested me. More so than the boys. I mean, lewd. I mean, you staying with me for a little while. Oh my god. I mean, you staying with me for a little while. I want to get to know you and these rules you're talking about.
A human wanting to know more about a demon and the rules. rules. You're really trying to step over your place, especially if you'll be losing those
Yay.
memories in the end.
Yay! I'm serious. I'll give you my memories and energy if you stay just for a couple days, a day even. It'll be worth it. I mean, let's end the stream on a fun note, right? Yeah.
Completely willingly?
Ooh, super gay. Completely willingly.
And if you don't fulfill your end of the bargain?
Then you can feed me to your pit beast. Did that really slip out of my mouth? Was I really wanting to put my life back in line again? If I meant keeping my memories for a little longer, then yes. Oh, this game. Save. You gotta save. I think. Diana looked at me, scanning my body with her eyes for any signs of false intent. I didn't have any, so Diana sighed and snapped her fingers again. The demon below me vanished, and I was slowly lowered to the ground. I looked to Diana in surprise. To be continued, I can get behind.
You are very lucky demon magic is so finicky.
What do you mean?
Why do you think demons make deals with humans like you?
I wasn't sure. Demons were still new to me. I had heard stories of people making deals with demons, and only ruin coming from it. This is getting out of hand, Raiki. Diana sighed.
It's one thing to take your memories or your energy. It's another for you to willingly give it. We get more for our effort if the one we make a deal with is willing.
Ooh.
Think of it like sex.
God.
If I'm aroused and you're willing to open your legs for me, I'll get pleasure. I'll enjoy it. You might enjoy it. And it's done. But if you aren't willing and I force myself on you anyway, it's not so pleasurable for me. Even if I get what I want, it won't be as worth the effort.
Oh, jeez. Surely that makes sense. It was very much like a business. If I had what they want, they could negotiate for it, or they could take it away, but not without. She said the word. Gets banned. No, she said the word. Gets banned. My curiosity about demons grew as I realized gets banned. Oh. It's fine. I know that my audience is mature enough about it, so I'll be good. My curiosity about demons grew as I realized what deal I made. So you'll stay for a couple days?
A day is enough.
Yeah, sure, fine.
Yeah, sure, fine.
Yes.
Yes.
Why are you copying me? Diana looked at me up and down once again. I felt like a little naked all of a sudden under her gaze, but I ignored as if she shrugged. Oh no.
All right.
We are mature punks, Ricky. Don't worry. Okay. Diana kept her eyes on me, unsure what was going on, and from the look on her face.
So, what do you want to know? You're obviously curious about demons enough to make a deal with me.
My first thought shot to her, but then I remembered the boys. Not all of my questions were answered, and I wanted to know everything. First of all, who exactly are you? Receives some big puns, perplexes, and lewd jokes. Mature punks. Diana chuckled before crossing her arms.
You may refer to me as simply Diana. As I said before, I'm a succubus, and I intend to bring the boys back home.
Back home? What do you mean? Back to the demon world?
Precisely. They don't belong here, and it's imperative that they return.
Why?
Did they not tell you? They're runaway royals.
Whoa, royals? They're royalty. I couldn't believe my ears. What? They were royalty? Why would they run away from royalty? Diana simply smirked at my new surprised face.
Ah, so they didn't tell you. How unfortunate.
My milk just
You were in the
all the
presence
boys
of a
to the
demon
yard.
prince and his noble
Damn
brothers,
right.
and you
You're better
didn't
than
even
us.
know.
Damn right. You have to charge. Dang, roll us in your harem and we let them leave? I felt I felt myself unconsciously walk over and sit over my bed. They hid something gigantic from me. Why? Did they not trust me? Then again, it had only been damn, we had royal demon harem. Damn it! My hamburger brings my hamburger brings some voice to my back door. Then again, it had only been a couple of days. Okay, jokes. Yet they helped me, and we were here for the. Yet they helped me and were here for me regardless, acting like servants instead of noblemen. I gripped my hand in frustration. What am I supposed to believe?
Believe whatever you wish. The confusion will fade away soon enough, regardless.
I feel like this is exposition time. I looked to Diana, who only gave me an almost somber look in return. Who was serious about removing my memories, but she could keep her end of the deal until I learned all I could. That, and I felt thrilled to have her. Maybe it was because she was a succubus. I didn't know. I sighed and faced Diana. So, how did you get to the human world? How did the boys get here?
With the help of a human, in both of our cases. There's truly no need for details beyond that.
This
Any
dude's
human
getting
can
really
cast
like,
a demon
quick,
summoning
get some
spell.
family-friendly content.
It's just a matter of what happens during the summoning and after where things get tricky.
Give me like 5 more minutes and we'll end the stream. What do you mean?
Well, if a human is willing, only part of their life force is taken from them, and they are given one chance to open a bridge between our worlds to allow the demon they desire to come through. The more demons come through, the more life force the spell
Sayori
takes.
from Doki Doki.
Luckily for the poor human that brought them here, the boys sacrificed some of their own powers to open the bridge instead of letting the spell feed solely on the human. The human lived, and the boys came through.
That almost made sense. Something in my mind clicked, and I couldn't hear it couldn't clear it out to figure out what it was. Ollie nodded to Diana. Put some good kid channels in the mix, quick. and you were the same?
Somewhat. However, I don't care to go into details about how I came here. You'll forget soon enough.
What? That's not part of the deal.
You wish to have me around for
we're
more information.
Have a
I get to
30-minute
decide
stream,
what
okay?
information
Proceed
to
to take
give.
an hour stream. Sorry, the story is good. Cheater.
It's not cheating if it's not a broken rule.
I huffed and crossed my arms and legs. Anna was a game player, and I didn't like her rules. Okay, what's 30 minutes? However, they were the rules I had to accept in order to keep my memories a little while longer. I'd find a way to remember. She wasn't going to win. Then I let out a small chuckle and ran a hand through her hair.
Well, I believe I should head to bed. If I'm to stay here, then I need some form of sleep.
Jeez. How do succubus sleep? By the way, I'm curious. I watched as Diana crossed through my room to the door and opened it. She turned to me with a small wink.
Have a good night. See you in the morning.
With all these jokes, we were making 30 minutes to a full hour. Damn. Before I could respond, she exited my room and closed the door behind her. I stared. It was like she was in control. I almost gritted my teeth at the thought. She wasn't the master of the house. I was. This is a totally family-friendly PG clean. Where's she gonna be the bed? Where she going to the bed right there? Not a fan of sharing. Probably not. I huffed and crawled back under my covers. How did my life get so complicated? What was going on with me? I must I must have had serious bad luck. I sighed and covered myself in my blankets, wanting tonight to end. I needed tomorrow to come. School would take my mind off things, if school actually happened anyway. Okay. Enough of this for today, thanks. Not enough glutes for today, thanks. Let me read, let's see. Alright. This is where I save, and I'm going to end the stream. That's a new day. Alright. Save again. There you go. Did I save it? Did I save it? Yeah, I did. Alright. Let's go to the main menu. That's enough Ludus for me. I'm not a share over my meat I found to myself. Alright, guys. Well, this is where I end the stream for today. And tomorrow we will have another Seduce Me gameplay. That was pretty fun. And lewd stream. Thanks. Sorry about that, guys. I just want to know what happens. You know, what happens. All right. Well, see you guys later, and have a fun time, guys. Tomorrow for sure we will stream some Seduce Me. The Otome game. All right, guys. See you guys later, and good night. All right, Raiki Wolf signing out.